everyone, happy day after Christmas. I hope everyone had an amazing holiday and a wonderful Christmas. So today's video, as promised, is gonna take in some of the things that I did in London. I'm gonna have my little bit of a travel vlog go up and I'll do some voiceover work so you can see all of that. And then I promised that I would go over some of the things that I picked up for the holidays. And as Sophia mentioned, I do have a bag to unbox. It's already been unboxed, but I will certainly show it to you guys. So with that, I got to London. There was an overnight flight that I did. And so I got in at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't sleep. My hotel room was not ready. So I walked up to Selfridges, of course, because what else do you do when your hotel room is not ready? You go to Selfridges. So I went to Selfridges and I started just looking at some stuff. Of course, there's, the Van Cleef. I keep saying I'm going to buy a Van Cleef bracelet. I never actually do it. Then I went into the beauty area, the Dior, Chanel. Selfridges, if you haven't been, it's worth going to. The customer service isn't my favorite, but they do have pretty much every brand you could possibly think of. So that was fun. The Rabanne display I thought was really cool. I don't know of any places around here that actually in the US carry Rabanne in the stores. And then this is like one of the entrances. They have all these different perfumes. Then of course the Valentino, shiny, shiny Valentino. I was just like, ooh, shiny. And then of course I went to Dior, took a look at Dior. Then I saw this Fendi bag and I was like, oh, I love this. I love this peekaboo bag. Comes in two different sizes, a mini and like a medium. That's the mini. That was me just getting off the plane. And so I tried out a couple of things and then I looked at Celine and then I was like, I have to go. At that point, I was just like exhausted because again, I had flown overnight. I couldn't sleep on my flight for whatever reason. I just could not sleep. And my hotel room told me my hotel was ready. So we stayed at the JW Marriott, which is on Grosvenor Square. And it's a great location. It's really nice. It's really near everything. And usually you can walk through the park, through Grosvenor Square, down to like Knightsbridge and stuff. But the park was basically closed for the Winter Wonderland, which had like this big Ferris wheel and like a tent and had all the stuff that you could go and do. But I was only there for a couple of days, so I got to walk past it, but that was about it. And then later that night, the whole reason we were in London in the first place is my husband has an office nearby in England and they were going to have an event in London. So we went to the event, which was at the base of the Gherkin. And this was the late night. I was like, oh, the Gherkin. I was like, okay, I might as well take a picture of it. And in the hotel, you can see this was the coffee shop in the hotel room. I mean, in the hotel. Like, that's the coffee shop. Like, there was it was like the best blueberry muffin I think I've ever had. Ever, which was just, so anyway. Yeah, the food is so much better. Tea's better, food's better, everything's better. And so then I stopped by Harrods. I didn't have a lot of time. I just wanted to like look at a few things. And I went, of course, to the Valentino truck where you could get like hot chocolate that was like hot pink and everything. The line was too long. I was just like, I can't. The lines were ridiculously long for everything. Now again, Christmas time, holiday time in London, it's like one of the #1 attractions in the world, literally, because of all the lights and all the things that they do. So, and I was really only there because I flew in Thursday morning and I was there Thursday. That's the day I went to Selfridges, but I had to go back and take a nap at the hotel room and then go to the event that night. So then I had Friday and Saturday and that was it. And then Sunday we left. So Sunday morning. So really it was 2 days and that's not a lot of time. It just isn't. But Friday, I think it was Friday night after Harrods, you could see these lights. This was where we had tea, and this is the Pret-a-Porter tea at the Barclay, and it was such a lovely tea. If they do it, I don't know when they do the Pret-a-Porter. I don't know if it's just the holidays, but it was a lovely tea, and they had all these designers. So they had you can see the Prada and Balmain and like just all the designs, all the cakes and everything were after different designers, Victoria Beckham. It was just really cool. And outside, the lights were it was the most beautiful. It was like all like a tree. It was all connected. You can see it in this shot, like connected to the tree at the base of the hotel. And I loved the way they did that. I was just like, wow, that's really stunning. So I just thought that was really well done, really beautiful. That's the Carnival that was right across from our hotel. And I was like, okay, I was like, I have to at least get a shot of the carnival because it's called the Winter Wonderland. It's not just, I mean, it's not a carnival, it's Winter Wonderland. They had everything, like they had so much stuff. And I wanted to go, my husband had other stuff to do and I was just like, okay. So at least we got tea. I was like, okay, I at least got tea in there. So this was my shopping trip, like actually at Harrods, and this is the entrance, and they have the entrance for Brunello, and as you can see, it's like everything is white, like just pure white in there. It's very, very neutral and very, very beautiful, you can see. But like I was gonna buy something and then I was like, okay, first of all, I can't really afford it. And second, it's all white. This is the Prada Cafe line. I was just like, nope. So I was like taking a picture and I was like, nope, not gonna do it. Then went back into the beauty area. Like you can just see there's just everything. You know, Tom Ford and Celine and Valentino, like everything you could possibly think of. I was looking for glasses. I was like, I need to find a pair of sunglasses, and then I just couldn't even deal with it. I was just like, never mind. These are all the Celine fragrances. There aren't any boutiques here in the United States that have them. The Celine stores do, but that's it. And then of course I had to go into the bakery area. And there was first of all, it was mobbed. You could hardly get to the counters, but you could see all the people. But the desserts and the chocolates and the food, like look at those. Those are ornaments, but they're chocolate. Like it was just outstanding, like absolutely beautiful. But there were so many people and it was so mobbed that honestly, I don't know if I would ever go again at the holidays. Like I think, I've been to Harrods before. I would definitely go to Harrods again. And I would definitely go to the food market. But you see there's like just a line of people. I couldn't even get a picture of the chocolates. I was like trying, and I was like, yeah, forget it. And then I went over to the Louis Vuitton studio. Each one has like a studio. And was just looking at like the different, you know, the items to see. I picked out a necklace that I want for Valentine's Day. And then of course, Hermes. I just love this because this reminds me of my new dog, Ellie. And I was like, oh, I can get that for Ellie. Dior, they have like so many different like special sparkly little bags and like unique one-of-a-kind kind of things that you can't get anywhere. This was the Christmas area. You could look at the ornaments and everything, then back outside. And then we went over to the Hearst collection. If you haven't been, if you're in London and you don't go to the Hearst collection, if you like vintage jewelry, you have to check this place out. She has a Instagram account as well, and I'll make sure she's tagged in this. Honestly, the most amazing store I've ever been in. Wall to wall to wall vintage jewelry. Like just, I can't even like, go to her Instagram account. You'll see what I'm talking about. There's jewelry everywhere, everywhere. And I picked up 2 pieces. My husband picked up 2 pieces for me. There were so many things I wanted to buy. I mean, if I had endless amounts of money, I would just like bought the whole store. Just amazing. And the woman who runs it is just lovely, just absolutely just the nicest person. So if you're in London or, you know, if you live in London, I'm sure you probably know about the Hearst collection, but honestly, just fantastic. Just everything in there I was like so happy. And after we went to the Hearst collection, really nearby is the Churchill Arms, and they light up like this. They do these Christmas lights. It's just absolutely amazing. It was worth seeing. I was like, wow, that's a display, right? Like that's something. And then down to Soho, where we went to Dior. That's the Dior outside decorations. I mean, it's over the top, guys. It is. I have never seen anything like that. Like it's insanely beautiful. And of course, Chanel had the, you know, the lacquered necklace motif on the side of the building right next to Dior, which, I mean, seriously, like it's amazing. There's me, all happy, standing between Dior and Chanel, pointing like, hey, look. And then this was the Hermes window, which freaked me out. But I did like it. I was just like, oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know exactly what it was supposed to be, but I was like, oh, I like it. Of course, going past Liberty London, I actually didn't get to do a lot of shopping. I went to Harrods and I went to Selfridges, but I was in Selfridges for like an hour. And I was in Harrods for a couple hours and that was it because we had so many other things we had to do while we were there. And like I said, we didn't have a lot of time. And traffic was terrible. This was the lobby of our hotel. Just lovely. The hotel is really, really nice. If you're headed to London and you're staying in that part of London, You know, it's a great hotel. Everyone was really friendly, really nice people. Lobby was lovely. They had excellent like baked goods in that little coffee shop I was talking about. The room service was excellent. There was restaurants in the hotel, which are great. Yeah, so I had an amazing time. The only thing that I would say is that, you know, 2 days is not long enough. It really isn't. Not in a place like London. It's like if you went to New York City and tried to do it in 2 days. It's not possible. I've been to London before, of course, but you know, there's so many things that I wanted to do. So, you know, hopefully I can go back next year. I want to go to Paris as well, but you know, can only get so many things in with working, and you know, it's also quite expensive. But yeah, we had a great time. It was a lot of fun. And I did promise that I would show you some of the things that I picked up. Some of these things, one of these things I guess I picked up before, but most of them I picked up from London. So hold on. First, I just want to say the Louis Vuitton bags this year are really cool. Like they're very fun. And I picked up a couple things from Louis Vuitton while I was there. And like I said, I picked out a necklace that I want. Like my husband definitely shops for me, and he does a great job, and I really appreciate everything he buys. But he would prefer if I pick out things, like different things throughout the year, and then it's not like he's not necessarily just going to get them for him, but it's just he has then a list of things he knows I would want, kind of thing. So I did pick out this necklace. It's a Louis Vuitton necklace. I'll show you the picture of it, and I absolutely love it. I think it's stunning. It's very me. It's very simple, but not over the top. It's an elegant piece. I really like it. So I put that on my list. But yeah, I really like that necklace. I hadn't seen that one in the US. And plus things are cheaper, a lot of things are cheaper overseas. So I did pick up some Louis Vuitton things because there's different brands you cannot import, you cannot send through like a personal shopper from Harrods. Louis Vuitton is one of them. So while I was in the store, I was like, well, I'll get these things here. Again, you can get better prices. They're still expensive, don't get me wrong, but so this is the box. Da, 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 da. You can probably tell what it is. I have a number of these, and this was a color story that I didn't have, and it's seemingly kind of funny that I don't have this color story because it's kind of the quintessential color story for Louis Vuitton, but I don't have it. I have a green one, and I have a blue one, and I have a green one, and a blue, and like a blackish one that has like silver in it. But this one is kind of their traditional colors, but it actually has, like you can see, it's got like some gold to it. Can you see that in the weave? And I really liked it. And I was looking at different colors, and I was like, oh, that one is really pretty. And like I said, it's basically the canvas color of Louis Vuitton. But I was just like, you know, I don't have that. So I really liked it, and I actually liked it far more than I thought I would, because it's got this really beautiful gold to it, like almost like an olivey green gold. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I really like this color story. So I picked this scarf up. I didn't do anything, you know, like totally outlandish. I didn't go too overboard, but I did want to get another scarf because I do love the Louis Vuitton scarves. I have quite a few. These are the shoes that I bought, and I told you guys about them, but I never showed them to you. These are the Hermes Mules. And the name of these, I wonder if they're on the box. I'll make sure it's down below because I don't think I have the name on the box. Hermes just puts like no markings on the box whatsoever. But these, remember I did a video about like styles and how the chunky loafers were back in. I really like mules. I think they work really well for me. And this style I really liked because it was very simple. You know, it's just a very easy to wear black loafer. And it's got sort of that shiny leather, and yeah, I really like them. They come in, I think it's like a camel suede too, but black is much more work appropriate, and I can just, you know, wear it for different reasons. The other thing I picked up, the boxes are too big to have in the shot. I was able to pick this up. I got very lucky in being able to get these. These are the Chanel boots that I talked about back in, oh, was it June, July, August, something like that? And they are, like, they have got this cap toe, you can see, and they're suede and they're platforms. And they have on the side this little puffy heart, and then on the side it says Chanel. And you can see it. Yeah, I'll get my face out of the way. And then the puffy heart. And I'll do some video with me wearing them, but I had wanted these boots since July when they came out, and absolutely love them. So the name of these are, do they have a name? I don't know. They're ankle boots. I think they're like puffy heart ankle boots or something like that, but absolutely love these. I went a little crazy with boots this winter. Another Louis Vuitton box. And it's interesting the way that they work, because they have like their own, at Harrods, it's like a Louis Vuitton store within Harrods. So yes, it's Harrods, but it's really Louis Vuitton because the receipts and everything are all Louis Vuitton. So you just pull it out like a drawer. It's really interesting, the boxes that they have. And these boots, I didn't even see in the store. I was trying on another pair of boots that looked similar. And I was like, you know, they were like green, olive green, and they had like a wrap around them. I was like, if these were black, I would buy them. And she's like, hold on a minute. And she was able to get them for me. And I had to go back the next day. That's why I was at Harrods twice. But these are like lug-soled. Remember, I live in Boston. You gotta have like rubber lug-soled shoes. And then you've got sort of this suede leather here, but then this is the imprint on the sides. And the rest, so it's a very, like, for Louis Vuitton, it's a very simple boot. I liked that. And very practical. And they make me taller, which of course, you know, I love because I'm 5 feet tall. And they're very comfortable. They have the Louis Vuitton going around the edge. And so the heel is probably like, I don't know, 2-inch maybe? I guess like 2-inch, something like that, maybe 2.5 inches. But it's a very comfortable boot to wear. Perfect for the winter here in New England. So I was excited to get those. And then, show you my last pair of boots. Shove this all in. Okay, so these are Rene Caovillas. I have no space up here to put these out. So these are boots that, to be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to wear these, but I love them so much, and I have been looking at them for months online. So I decided, you know what, Jen? Just get them for yourself because they're very unique. I don't have any other Rene Caovillas because most of the time the shoes are too like high-heeled and stuff for me. But these have the same kind of heel as the Louis Vuittons. So they are about 2.5 inch. They've got the sparkle around the edge, and then that's what they look like. Those are the boots. So they're they come to like, for me, because I'm so short, like mid-calf, but you see the snake that wraps all around it. It's shiny. And I just love these boots. I thought they were so much fun. And Cassie Thorpe actually has a pair that are like the flat ones, and I didn't want the flat ones because I wanted something with a little bit of feel. And again, not my typical design, but I just thought they were so much fun. And you know, most of my clothes are pretty streamlined, pretty basic. So I thought if I just wear all black and those boots, it will be fine. Now, I know you're all asking, Jen, why didn't you get the bag, and what did the bag look like, and blah, blah, blah. So there were two bags that I was interested in. One was this bag. This is a Louis Vuitton, something, I forgot the name of it, designer trunk or a small trunk, I can't really remember. But it's all decked out in crystals, and it's absolutely stunning. It's really a beautiful bag, and that was the bag I was gonna get. US, I think it's $12,000 or something like that in the US. It's actually very small though. It's about that big, like a rectangle, like that. That's it. That's as big as it is. I couldn't fit an iPhone 14 Pro in there. It's hard to fit like practically anything in there. So after looking at it, I was like, that's just not practical. It's a beautiful bag, but it's just not practical. I'm like, I'm not going to use it. I looked at the Louis Vuitton Go 14. That was the blue one that I showed you in the pictures. I'll put it up again. I like this bag. I think it's really pretty. It's like Louis Vuitton's like new it bag, and I think it's really nice. But it actually doesn't have a lot of space inside because it's so puffy. So it wasn't really practical. I'm a very practical person when it comes to my bags most of the time. I do have a few small bags. I promise I will have a video of my bag collection January, February, March. I'm not exactly sure, but again, I'm going to be going on a no buy, low buy, so you'll get to see all those things. But I really am very practical with my bags. I like a bigger size bag, not super big. Like I don't like a tote, like a huge tote. I don't like that. But something that's going to be like this big so I can fit everything in it because I work all the time and I need, you know, I need to have everything. I need to have my phone and you know, earphones and then, you know, a backup pair of and a battery and like, cause I'm working. So, you know, and some makeup. So anyway, so my husband knew that I was going to probably buy, you know, a bag. I told him I was going to buy a bag. I was looking to buy a bag. And the first day that I went over to Harrods, I met with my SA and I was walking around. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of time. We're going to tea, so I had to leave. And I only went back the next day because I needed to pick up the boots and I was looking for something for my husband, for Sean, for Christmas, which I ended up getting, which worked out really well. But anyway, I was only there like total, maybe 4 or 5 hours. And I know it sounds like a long time. It's not a long time, especially when you had that many people you're just trying to get through things. But while I was there, Sean went off to go do some other stuff and he had to go work. So I met him at tea and then he brought me this. So you guys who have watched me for a while, you know, I'm not one to like, look what I got. Like I don't do that. And, I always want to preface all these things by saying, you know, remember, one, I have been working for a very long time in order to afford these types of things. And it's not like, you know, this was given to me and, well, this was given to me by my husband, but you know, none of this should be, oh, she has something or someone else has something. We all have, you know, I feel very lucky to have all the things that I have. And I know it can get a little, not competitive. I think people look at things on social media and they're like, oh, if my life was just like that, then everything would be fine. Nobody's life is perfect. Everybody's life has ups and downs. You're only seeing, for the most part, the best of things, you know, because that's what we do here on social media. So I don't like to promote that. However, everyone has asked me what my husband got me for Christmas. And the reason I didn't get the bag, the reason I didn't buy a bag in London is because my husband bought me a bag. And so, yeah. So this is a Hermes Kelly bag. It's a 32 and it's in box leather. It's a cellular, which means that it has more of the, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's got more of a hard construction. That's not the word I'm looking for, but I can't think of what it's called right now. Basically, it means it's not as soft, like it doesn't slouch. The cellular is more of like this, I like a very like constructed bag. I like a bag that has, you know, real shape to it. I don't like slouchy bags. It's one of the reasons I like the Dior, Lady Dior bag, because it's a very structured bag. I like that. But in a structured bag, it's also harder to get into because the leather is stiff. So I wanted something bigger. So this is a 32, and I said this is the box leather. Now the thing about box leather, if you're somebody who wants things like, if you're very precious with your bags or with anything, and you want to keep it in pristine condition, do not buy box leather because box leather scratches. However, if you've ever had a box leather bag for many, many years, the scratches over time kind of create this sort of patina to the bag. It shows that it's been loved and it's been used and it's been appreciated. And personally, I love that. Like that's kind of my thing. Growing up here in New England, I saw a lot of that. So I like that and I'm fine with the scratches and the whatever. You know, I'm going to use the bag. I'm going to use it. So yes, it's going to get scratched. In fact, I think I already scratched it. on the way, like, because I immediately was like, I'm wearing it. So yeah, I think I already scratched it a couple times because it's life and that's what happens. But a box leather is this sort of soft, not soft, shiny, very like almost more, I'd say more like not evening, but you know what I mean, like more dressed up kind of leather. It's not as casual as a leather as like Togo or caviar leather, which is what I usually get. And the reason I usually get those things is because I'm not precious with my bags. I do throw them around. I do, you know, I figure it's a bag, I'm supposed to use it. This one, I like the look of the box leather more, and I was just like, well, it's gonna get scratched, and that's just the way it is. It also has handprints all over it right now. But anyway, yeah, it's got the gold, because they actually use like a plated gold on this. And then of course, the Hermes logo there on the gold. It's kind of hard to see, it reflects, but anyway. And then it's got the feet on the bottom, the gold feet on the bottom, and turn the lock. And I will say, like, the thing about the Kelly, I'm not really a big Birkin bag person. The design, I like the way it looks. It's beautiful, of course. But if I was gonna get a Birkin, I would definitely get a small one. Not a super small, but maybe like a 25 or something, because it's one of those bags, it's really, really heavy. Because again, this is all leather construction. It's incredibly beautiful quality leather. It's a really heavy bag. So I don't like the Birkins in general. And if I was gonna get a Birkin, it's definitely gonna be a small one. So the 32 is pretty big. I've already shoved a lot of stuff in here. And there's a zippered compartment here, and then there's 2 pockets on the inside. Yeah, it's pretty, I don't want to say capacious because, you know, that's a derogatory term at this point, but it's a pretty big bag because it's 32, so it's bigger. It's certainly not like a tote bag. It's not an incredibly large bag, but it's not like the mini Kellys. Again, I like the look. They're really cute, those little mini bags, as Cassie would say, tiny bag energy. I think they're adorable, but for my lifestyle, it just doesn't really make sense because I need to put more things in it. So I can definitely put more things because of the bottom of the bag is you know, relatively large. But that is why I'm not buying a bag, guys. It was a complete surprise. I did not expect it, and I mean, I really don't know. I'm still kind of at a loss that I have one. I've wanted one since I was a teenager. Yeah, I've wanted one for over 30 years. Yeah, so I love the bag, absolutely love it, and probably won't be buying any other bags. Well, I didn't buy this one, but you know what I mean. I'm very happy with my collection. You know, I am one of those people, like, again, I'm very practical about my stuff, although I love beauty and love luxury and stuff. I'm not gonna buy like a bag unless I can feel like there's a reason for me to have it. Like, it's a really special bag that comes along only, like, you know, once in a blue moon, and then I might want to purchase it because it would be very hard for me to find it again. But for the most part, there's not too many bags that I will lust after them, don't get me wrong, but I probably won't buy them because I'll just be like, this bag answers all those things. It's dressy, it's beautiful, it fits everything, I love it. I have some small bags for that type of event. I now have a white Dior bag that I showed you guys from earlier in the year when I was in Greece. So, I mean, I'm very lucky and I feel that way, so I'm good. I admit I still want a Celine box bag or a Triumph bag, and someday I'll get one, but you know, this is the bag that I've wanted for a very long time. So no bags for me, but I did pick up, as I showed you, all those boots. A lot of boots to wear, and my scarf. And then, like I said, I picked up actually some jewelry lately, vintage pieces at Hearst Collection and Queens Antiques. She's also online. She's fantastic. Ward, I picked up some stuff from her, again, fantastic. And I'll make sure when I wear those pieces, I link to those Instagram accounts so you can shop from them as well. And last but not least, the giveaway. So here's the giveaway. In the giveaway, there's the Chanel set, the Glossimer set with the bag with the tweed, whatever it is, bag. So that's in there. The Lisa Eldridge Muse, I think it's Muse. I'll make sure it's down below. Eyeshadow palette and the bag that came with it. Got some stuff from Suku. We got some stuff from La Mer. We have some stuff from NARS. Take a look at the picture. I'll make sure it's on Instagram as well. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is to make a comment below. If you are on Instagram, this is how we have to do this, because there's always these scammers out there. If you are on Instagram, after you leave your comment, just put dash and your Instagram name. Do not put the @ symbol. Do not put the @ symbol. If you do, YouTube will take it down. So just for example, if it was me, I'd be like, I love the Louis Vuitton boots, dash, all feisty. No @ symbol. If you are not on Instagram, if you win, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post it on the community page, post it on Instagram, and I will basically say you have 24 hours to get back to me. So I'll tell you the date in a minute. And then on that date, check Instagram, check the community page on YouTube to see if you won. If you have, you need to contact me on Instagram, DM me, or email me. I'll provide both things. And if you provide me your email, and I will email you back. So today, when this goes up, it will be the 26th. So let's make it a New Year's thing. Let's do the drawing on the 31st, which is Sunday. 31st. I will do it at 5 p.m. on the 31st. 5 p.m. on the 31st Eastern Standard Time. So you have until then to enter. Again, just put a comment down below on this video. Make sure your Instagram handle is there without the @ symbol. If you're on Instagram, if not, and you win, again, I'll be posting it no matter whoever wins, Instagram or not, but I will put it on Instagram, I will put it on the community page, and you'll have 24 hours to get back to me. If you don't, I will pick another winner. And if you're not on Instagram, then we'll just exchange emails. So that'll work as well. Okay, guys, that's it for now. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon.